and say amen. We're going to read a little bit. And I'm going to read verse 15, and we're going to read on down to verse 21. And when Joseph's brethren saw that their father was dead, they said, Joseph will peradventure hate us, and will certainly requite us all the evil which we did unto him. And they sent a messenger unto Joseph, saying, Thy father did command before he died, saying, So shall you say unto Joseph, Forgive, I pray thee now, the trespass of thy brethren and their sin, for they did unto thee evil. And now we pray thee, forgive the trespass of the servants of the God of thy father. And Joseph wept when they spake unto him. And his brethren also went and fell down before his face, and they said, Behold, we be thy servants. And Joseph said unto them, Fear not, for I am in the place of God. Everyone, the last two verses. Let's read these together, man. Y'all read these with me, the last two verses. As for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good, to bring to pass, as it is this day, to save much people alive. Now therefore fear you not. I will nourish you and your little ones, and he comfort them, and spake kindly unto them. Amen. Children came through the other day, and I was sitting in front of my house because, I tell you all the time in the summertime, I hobo. I don't do nothing but hang around the house. And my neighbor, we were talking, and he had said something to me about the clothes I had on, and I just thought I had on some raggedy clothes. And he said, Mr. Porter, you rich. And I looked at him and I said, man, I'm 1 or 2 checks away from being homeless. How am I rich? And then I was driving and the Lord started speaking to me. And this is for a lot of us. See, people a lot of times only see the outside.
That's right. That's right.
But they don't see what's going on internally with you. See, sometimes they only see the outside blessings that you got, and they don't know what you went through. See, you remember when I drove station wagons, man. You remember, see, some of you understand when I quit selling drugs, there was no more Cadillacs, but it was station wagons. It was cars that I would go out in the morning time, and I would hope that they would start so I can go to work. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Before it was that truck and the truck before that, there was an old raggedy Chevy 1970 C15 that hung on one side. See, he didn't see that. He didn't see there days when I had to walk down here on Wabash and catch the bus in the snow to go to Best Cleaners just to press some clothes, to put some money in my pocket, and to pay my child support and give my mom half that money on some money just so I could stay in her couch. He didn't see that. You don't see that. Right. Yeah. See, he didn't see the days when I was by myself. It was just me and God in my little apartment over here on Wabash, and I was reading the word all night. I didn't have a wife. I didn't have nothing. I was trying to live celibate and live safe, and I was trying to say, God, send me some help. See, he don't see when it's just me and 5 kids living together in a 3-bedroom house, and everything I got was going out to feed them. See, you only see the excess now that I went through. Yeah. And God has started to let it rain on me a little bit.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
But you don't know what I went through.
Right.
Come on. To get here. See, I don't know what you went through.
Yes, yes.
To get where you're at. And see, I'm still going through it. So are you.
Yes, sir.
See, I learned this walk way early not to want to be like nobody else.
Say that. Say that.
See, I don't want to be like you, Green, because I don't know what you went through in your internal time with God when you by yourself and how you feel. See, I may see the outside, but I don't know what's on the inside.
Yeah.
Come on, work on it. Right. For you to get where you is, see? But what I can control is how I treat everybody else when I get to where God's trying to get me at. Right. And along the way there.
All right. Amen.
Joseph, many of us are familiar with Joseph. Of the beloved wife, him and his brother Benjamin. And you got 1 son. I got 7. And there's always one child, I don't care what say, nobody's here today, none of them here today, that you tend to hold closer to another.
Right.
There's something about this child that makes you take to this child You know what you shake your head, yeah, because you know what I'm talking about. More than you love them all the same, but it's something about this one.
Right. Amen.
And there was something about Joseph, because see, you read that word the other day, predestinated. See, God, before he was born, had predestinated him to be a deliverer, a type of Christ for all of us, but especially to the nation of Israel and to its family. Before he was ever designated. And see, sometimes when God's got something for you, you know it. See, when we were young, and we never spoke like this, but you knew there was something that God had. We just didn't understand it.
Right.
Yes, right.
Right. Amen.
Yeah.
Then see, there was something about God that would make me act a certain way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other folk would ask me little questions. Man, quit cussing like that, man. Quit saying that word. Quit cussing around the church.
Right.
It was just this reverence, this love of God. Even though I'm not living right, doing right, I still believe in who he is.
That's good. That's all right.
Joseph, with his brother, the second youngest of the many of the 11, he would have these dreams, these visions from God. And one showed his shaft, his reed going higher than his brother. He went back and would tell his father, his brother, these dreams. His father, the Bible says, but take it to heart, old Joseph would. But his brethren said, you want to rule over us?
Yeah.
See, there are things that God will show us, and we may not understand them. They're in us. And the world around us just don't understand.
Right.
An old preacher many years ago told me something, and he said it, and he said it on television. It was so real, I'll never forget it. When God tells you something, keep it to yourself. Unless you can really confide in somebody else, because everybody else around you will tell you that you cannot achieve it.
Well.
See, we have a habit of telling our loved ones what they can't do. My son right now is in Phoenix. He just graduated, sent me a photo. He is a flight attendant. All the stuff that he went through, the times he was in the county jail, the times he was just making me so mad. But God still elevated him and do what he wanted to do.
Yes.
Daddy, I never got a felony. You're right, you never did.
Yes. Praise God. Praise the Lord.
The least of them all, the one that's doing the best now. The one that caused me the most grief when he was a teenager. As a young adult is doing better than all of them.
Well.
Hear what I'm saying? What you're going through, there's a reason for it.
Yes, sir.
Well. Yeah.
The word says that weeping may endure for a night, but that joy shall come in the morning. Listen, we don't understand this a lot of times, but it gets no darker than midnight. Everything after midnight is in the a.m. and is working toward the morning and rising of the sun. And I'm here to tell you this morning to encourage you that the sun will rise on you sometime. We've all been in that seat where it feels like it's just raining on you. To where you say, can I get a little sunshine? Because I'm looking over here, Brother Alfred, and the sun is shining on Brother and Sister Cora. The sun is shining on Mother, the sun is shining. But when is the sun going to shine on me? I want to hear you understand me something. Because see, the brethren of Joseph got so upset with him and so jealous. See, because the father made him a beautiful coat. The coat of many colors is called. And what that coat signifies is that this is, even though you're not Judah, even though you're not Reuben, you're not my eldest, I'm still giving you my heirship.
Yeah.
You're still the one I've chosen to be.
Yes.
See, that coat signifies something. They knew what it meant. Rube. What up, Jude? Rube, look. What are you doing? Who's younger than us?
Yeah.
What Joseph over there, you Joseph? What are you doing? What the old man doing?
All right now.
He ain't got the same mama we got.
Yeah.
Talking about his mama pretty, because you Bible talks about that.
Yeah.
One of them called tender-eyed. I'm just being real. That's a nice way of saying she was ugly.
Right.
Read it for yourself. Read it. I do it all the time, don't I? About somebody said that woman tender-eyed. That baby tender-eyed. And what the word called? Who read it? He said tender-eyed. I said, Lord, you call that woman ugly. That's the word. But look at him. Man, we got here. Hey, man, go get Silly and the rest of them together, man. Go get Dan. We got to do something about this. one day you decide, you know what, them fellas out there working, because see, you love your sons. Even though it's something about this one, and you love Benny too a little bit. Where Benny, I don't know, but Benjamin. But you say, you know what, Joseph, go and check on them fellas out there, because it's been kind of dangerous going on around here. I'm giving you the whole backdrop before we get into deeper. So Joseph do what he say. Well, here comes the dreamer. Here comes the dreamer. So what they do is, they first decide, they thought about killing the young man. That's how heavy they were with him.
Right.
Verse 20, go to verse 37 and 20 real quick. Go to 37 and 19. See, when you're going through, sometimes I was like, why do these people not like me? Some people don't like you because they see the God in you. I walk into work and I say, hey, what's going on? I speak. I walk down that gauntlet. I call it the gauntlet. And everybody in that school, half of them is unhappy. And I speak to everybody. I go in there and get my coffee. What's going on? I shake hands with the students. Hey, the students love me. What's up, Mr. P? What's up with you? What's up? Put your pants up, man. See with that big girl. And that's how I talk to them, man. Don't tell nobody. I ain't gonna tell nobody. Everybody. I say, mom, with a big girl. They like me. That's why I do when I come to schools. Hey, what's up, Mr. Jackson? Oh, man, I'm just here. And I walk through that gauntlet of people, and some of them don't even speak, and they don't even like me because they see how I come in, and they wonder, how does he come in day after day and get the energy to be happy? And it ain't got nothing to do with me. It's who's supplying the energy every day to come in here and deal with you people. Because some of you, when I say out that certain thing in the year, some of you put some bad things about me. Some of you put some beautiful things about me. But some of you, well, Mr. Porter's hard, difficult. No, I'm not hard to work with. It's just don't bring foolishness through that door, because I'm going to tell you to leave. See, this is my house, this office. Yeah. Until they tell me it's not my office, don't bring your foolishness in here. And listen, don't interrupt me and Mr. Alfred's conversation while we're talking, because then you're telling me what you're saying is more important than what we said, and you're more than me. No, that's why you don't like me. Right. If you work in the school, you still don't interrupt you in a minute when you start about it. I must have been in there a few times. You must know what I'm talking about. Excuse me. Me and Mr. Green talking. You can hold on. I will wait for you the same way. But God, look at that. Try and read that 19 and that 20. Let's read it to you. I'm going to read it with you. I'm going to read it. Look what happened. And they said one to another, behold, this dreamer coming. Listen, I love what it says in Proverbs, I think it's 23 and 19. But there's no vision to what? People perish. And he who keeps the law, happy is he. See, this fella had a dream. The dreamer. Come now, therefore, let us slay him and cast him into some pit, and we will say some evil beast have devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams. And see, just be... All right, you Judah, I'm Reuben now. I'm going to be a little bit more better than you. Reuben like, hold on. Hold on. But see, you half right don't make it right. Right. See, Reuben, you knew better.
Yes, Lord.
Half right don't make it right.
That's it. Amen.
Half right don't make it right. But later on, they come, Reuben draw him out and sell him off to the Midian merchants. They carry him on off into Egypt. I say this many times, Lord, because I ain't got there yet. How did Joseph have such a persevering mindset in adversity? Listen, I can't watch Roots. I tried it the other night and I started getting mad. I went back to your words. If it make you mad, you don't look at it, I turn it off. Listen, it ain't 1864, 1848. Ain't nobody doing nothing wrong with me. Most of my problems are from me. They ain't from somebody because they skin lighter than mine. Most of my problems because I did something stupid. Today the police pulled me over and he gave me a ticket not wearing my seatbelt. I said, you know what, man, I know better. 99% of the time, you don't wear yours. 99% of the time, I have it on. The one time I don't put it on, you got me, it's quicker than ticket week. Thank you. Give a white person never do like to do. If I'd have pulled up 10 minutes ago, Mark, I checked the ticket. I said, man, it ain't even in them to $10. And you know what? It's me. It ain't the truck. It ain't nothing else. me. And I said, Lord, what was it about his character that took him through? I went to some, listen, I'm at a baseball game this week, and I can tell you about me. And this is why I say that I need to get to the house more and the fellowship more, because see, up under the surface, that old fella just be lurking, waiting to come out. And listen, when I get upset, I will go. I only got 30 seconds worth of fighting before I start. I'll get you again. Get up. You get some rest too. But I don't like, see, injustice to me is injustice. See, this is when you know, that's why we could never stand injustices. And I caught the guy, they owned 7, we 5-1. They were cheating. And I caught them. And they had this conference, and I went from 0 to 5 to 10. Then they sent over Norman. I'm not a Norman fan. We heard this. You can't calm me down. Everybody trusts perception. Trying to calm me down when I know I'm right. See, you can't calm me down when I got mad when I know I'm right. I just called him. He did my sister, and I said, no, man, this stuff goes way back to junior high school when my son played basketball in River, and he cut my son, but my son was one of the best players in that school. Then it goes back, I took some of the kids he cut, and I beat him in the summertime so bad, and then I caught him in Benton and beat him again, and I beat him again, and now I'm beating him again, and he can't stand me, and that's where it goes down to. I said, man, it's really personal between him and I now. And I try to walk past it, but I know what this comes from, and I said, I got 10 players here, 7 came to practice, 3 didn't. Just hear me now. 7 came, 3 didn't. The 3 didn't come to practice, they batted last. So, who we call a problem with the 3 that came last? I had the 2 brothers with the worst 2 players. I love y'all. The worst 2 on the team. I ain't gonna move that boy around him, because he can't do nothing. He better not turn. No, he didn't. I got it right here. When I wrote the name down as they came, I said, that's not how we do it. But man, I got so angry, and they kept sending people over. And the more people came over to me trying to calm me down, the madder I got. So I said to my coach, I said, Coach, I'm not going to shake his hand, because if I shake his hand, he'd say something, I know me, I'll grab him and I'll start cocking him. Don't y'all know y'all something like that? I know me. My mother lived with me, let me know how I got every way I got now. When my mother lived with me, I figured out where it all came from. When she get mad, the Lord let me see me, is what I'm saying. It's like he let us see Reuben, see Joseph. And the guy said, you're a crybaby, you ain't gonna shake my hand. And the old me popped out really good. And my coach was right there, he said, man, leave the coach alone, coach. I'm like, I said, I didn't shake his hand just for that reason. But what I'm saying is there's an old individual within us. And when we don't have the fellowship of hearing the word of God, the fellowship of hearing somebody testify,
you're right.
the community of stones, and that baseball's part of the problem, because I told that fellow, hey, look, man, my spiritualism is personal, and it means something to me, and here where you got me on Wednesday night. Got a game tonight at 4:30. Crazy. So I see that I get caught in these moments where I haven't studied, I haven't been prepared, and out pops Mark and P. So how did Joseph, through that adversity, not be such a negative or a quick to hurt people kind of person? Because I know me, man, I'll be ready to manifest myself, all my rights. You can't do me like that. Seriously. Go to verse 39. I want to show you this fella, man. Because see, they don't know what you went through. They don't know what it took to get you where you at. See, they don't know when you were by yourself. See, they don't understand that when we used to go get shoes. See, I wear what I want to wear on my feet now. I got a closet full of shoes. But they don't understand when I go to Payless and I only can pick out a certain pair of shoes that cost a certain amount.
Right.
They don't know what you went through. They only see what God is doing for you now. Mother, you say, you from Mississippi?
Yes.
Oh man, you ain't got to tell me no more. You grew up in the 50s? You grew up in the 50s and 60s?
Yes.
You ain't got to tell me no more. Shotgun house?
Yes.
You ain't got to tell me more. Pick a little cotton?
No.
No, you left on that end, though.
Shop son, didn't pick it.
Huh?
Shops.
Oh,
Chopped cotton. Didn't
oh,
pick
but
it.
you worked out there, though.
I did.
Oh, you ain't got to tell me no more. I seen cotton field. I went down south. But see, they don't know. So they see you now. They don't know what you went through. See, they don't know that you were out there picking the cotton. My mama told me how she used to pick cotton and things and everything. I don't know what they was. If they would hurt your fingers and things like that. And they had to drag it. You know something about that. You're kind of young, you picking cotton. And you had to pull the sacks through the ground. And every day you had to take, and she said my cousin would steal the cotton out of other people's bag and put it in his bag. He was smarter than everybody else at that time, I think. But he would steal people's cotton and put it in his bag. I was like, I should have been hanging out with your mom. I had to go. Because the bag is what paid you. What was in the bag? See, they don't know where you came from, what you're doing. They don't know your story. See, they only see you at Northwest behind the office door, but they don't know where you came from, sister. See, they come in the office, they see a piece of paper on the wall that we got framed up, because it's an accomplishment for us that have it. But they don't know the days when you had to kick yourself to go to school, and you had to sit in it for 6 hours or 4 hours and hear some silly professor say some boring crap, especially this last one they gave me, and tell me that Revelation is symbolism, and hear all this foolishness. You had to go through it all. Well, in days you didn't have nothing, you had to pay for this school out your pocket sometime, and you kept on going because you seen the end. See, they don't understand what you did to get there. They don't understand that you still got to pay some of this money back to these people down here in the government. They don't understand where you've been. They only see the outside, and the outside always is not vindictive of what's on the inside. It's not vindictive of what God is doing for you. See, there's some folks right now without a car, without a house, and they happy as ever, and they love God more than anybody else, and God is still blessing them like they're blessing us. See, the outside is not vindictive of what God is doing for me.
That's true.
Come on, kid.
But the attitude, look at this. Look at verse 39. This is when he was sold.
What chapter is that?
39, Genesis 39.
Chapter 39?
Yes, ma'am. And I'm going to verse 1. And Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard of an Egyptian. See how God will put you in a designated place sometimes just to bless you? Bought him of the hands of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down hither. And the Lord was with who? Joseph. And he was a prosperous what? Man. He was in the house of his master the Egyptian. And verse 3 here, look at this, 3 and 4 here, this is key. Even when you're going through something and the oppressor is over you, you can still make the oppressor find grace for you. You can still make the oppressor acknowledge that your God is great. Listen to this. And his master saw that the Lord was what? With him. And that the Lord made all that he did to what? Prosper. Well, you talked about that earlier. In his hand. And Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him, and he made him overseer over his house, and all that he had he put into his hands.
My Lord.
Wait a minute. You saying, I'm your slave, but I'm still going to do that do for you. When I know that I was born for a better purpose than what I'm serving, he's asking people right now in a job that you don't like, doing something that you hate. Some of y'all don't even never been there before. You've done a job that you hate. I'm going to tell you that you've been there. It's only temporary. But while you're doing it, do it for the glory of God. See, everything that he did, I'm looking and I'm understanding. The Lord pointing me right now. He did it because he was doing it for his God.
Yes.
And because it's who his character was.
Amen.
The word says he found grace in the eyes of Potiphar. So much that Potiphar said, you know what, Joseph? You run this. Listen, you've been a principal. In order to get a key to somebody, because you're responsible for that building, you got to trust them.
Right.
He said, here, he basically said, this is my Ferrari, my Lambo. You drive my, I ain't got no Lambo out there now. But you drive, this is my Lambo, Joseph. Even though you're a slave, you run this household. I'm here to tell you today that no matter what you're going through, what you're dealing with, God will be there with you.
Yes, sir. Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
I love the story Footprints. And I think about that, where that fella looked back. We can make him a her today because it don't matter who it could be. He or her look back in life. And they were talking to the Lord. He said, Lord, look here. I know you're real and all, but I'm looking back in life, and I'm looking at the saying, and that was a rough time. That was a hard time like that. That's when my mama and my daddy was gone. Boom, boom, boom. And all my good, I see 2 steps for footprint, but when it's hard, I see 1 step. And I don't know who wrote that, but I love what they said. He said, that's when I picked you up and I put you on my shoulder. And I'm glad I serve God. When I'm down, see, there's some times where I'm down. There's some times where I don't know which way to go. That picks me up. See, that's why I love your honesty that you say, I don't know where we're going someday because God ain't. See, that's realness. There are days where God's got to pick me up.
Yes. Yes, Lord.
And them times where I can't hold myself.
Thank you, Jesus.
See, I can't help but wonder because I see the frailty of my mother and the only remaining sibling. I was like, Lord, how am I going to do this if something happened to them? See, I ask myself those kind of questions because I'm trying to tell the Lord to get me ready. Because I see the frailty. I see the graves. I was with my uncle last week and he walked like this now. I'm like, he's still trying, but I'm like, get you a ride lawnmower for what? And I said, Lord, when this man gone, I've been leaning on him, Lord, when I came, you know what I'm saying, Lord?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Prepare me. 80-something years, Lord, you're giving them good. Because I'm trying to get my 3 score plus 10 and 10 more. Plus 10 plus 5. That's 105. No, I've been saying it for a long time. I'm going to be 105 years old. I've been saying it for, since you met me, I've been saying it, right?
Yeah.
Right. I want to will me into the church when I'm old and let me just give me the mic. But it's attitude and it's perseverance.
Right.
When God is blessing you, that's when the enemy is. When we out here and we walk away from God, He got us. But when you trying to live and serve God in the midst of a bunch of mess, that's when it's coming. And here come Potiphar's wife. We know what she did. Fella must have been hands, must look like a lot like me or something.
All right.
But he was so right because he could have laid with her. He could have laid with her. Peradventure, we don't know how long it lasted because it eventually got found out. And he lost his life. But he said it'd be a sin against who? God. And he ran and she ripped his clothes off. He ended up in prison. Man. And that's why I started really thinking. I'm like, man, I've been, because this is how many of us would think, man, I've been trying to live right all my life. You gave me this vision, you gave me this dream, that you're going to bless me. I got a life sentence basically here in this dungeon. I think prison rough now. Imagine what it was like then.
Wow.
I mean, we really don't understand it, but imagine what it was like then. It wasn't even prison, it was a dungeon. Nothing but some concrete walls and wasn't no bars like we think. It was probably just darkness and everything, shunned in a little bit of firelight, whatever you want to call it. And he was in there, and then came the Butler and the Baker. Which one died? Which one did you hit the head shot? Help me out. Was it the Butler? Butler, right. I said one. And anyway, the Butler and the Baker, you know, he let them know which one was going to come out alive, you know, what's going on. But he said this to the, what he said to the Baker? Me. What did he tell him? Y'all remember that?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes we help somebody. See, we don't help anybody for them to help us back. I think all the time. Hey, look, I'm not doing this because you owe me something.
That's true.
I'm doing it because I love God and I love humanity.
Yes, sir.
So don't think you owe me something. And Joseph did not do that to think he owed him something. He was saying, but just remember me. Because listen, I'm the one dude in here, because we hear it all the time, I'm innocent. But he really was the one dude in prison, in jail, whatever you want to call it, that was innocent. But he was forgotten. But you know what? Pharaoh had a dream. A troubling dream.
Mm-hmm.
And no one could answer that dream.
All right.
Then the Baker thought about it. When I was in prison, I met somebody of great character, somebody that just knocked me off my feet. Listen, I sit in this palace all the time with you, Pharaoh, but I've never met nobody of this noble character. And even though he is a prisoner, he's something about the way he carries himself. Like, see, this is how some people don't like you because you carry yourself. See, God made us somebody. When we yoked up with God, we know we somebody. We know we were saved by the blood of the right of God.
through Christ. So we walk like we somebody. So he walks like he's somebody. He said, bring him here. Came before free, said, listen, I got to pray about this to my God if I can answer you. Funny, I and Daniel always say, we just rush to an answer, don't we? But they got to pray about it. And the Lord gave it to him. He said, 7 years of good, 7 years of famine. But I got a plan. Let's store up in the good
Yes.
for the bad.
Yeah. Amen.
Pharaoh was so overwhelmed and amazed by him that Pharaoh went ahead and put him in a place of power. He rose so far that he was next to Pharaoh. This is all part of God's plan.
Yes, Lord. Yes, it is.
Getting to where we are. It was when the famine came, the word was there's grain down in Egypt. The father sent them older brethren on. Benjamin, you ain't going nowhere. I already lost Joseph, I ain't losing you. And brothers came down there, they got grain. Joseph automatically knew who they were.
Oh, Lord. Amen.
Plagued them a little bit, didn't even know they didn't know him. Sitting back with some stuff in their bag. Oh my God, they were kind of scared, but they had to go back and get more. Second time, but he told them, hey, but he asked him a few questions while he's sitting back about, because he loved his little brother Benjamin. If you're an oldest, I'm not the little one doesn't know you, you think it's your responsibility to be an older sibling. So he's like, how is my, he wants to know about Benjamin a little bit. He said, but bring him back too, because I want to see all your father's children. So they brought him back. There's a trick this time. He said, go back, but leave the boy Benjamin here with me. But bring back your father this time. Long story short, he finally exposed himself to his brethren. They were fearful. And he tried to explain to them then that, hey, look, it's not where my heart is at.
That's true.
Then we came to where we are after Joseph had died. People who do you wrong think you still going to, you holding a grudge. You know, when you're really born again, you done passed it.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't let it go, man. I'm not even thinking about that.
That's it.
And they holding on to something they done, or you 20-some years ago, and you ain't thought about it since then. A guy named David Lopez, I can use it, he's a friend of mine. I went to school with him in kindergarten, and he told me something mean. I never ever remembered what he said. I ran into him one day, and he'd been carrying that, and we were 30-something years old. He'd been carrying it since we were kindergartners, and he had to apologize. I was like, Dave, I forgive you, but I don't remember. Think about that. He'd been carrying that for 30 years.
All right.
I think I told you about that when it happened. See, this guy went to school with my friend. Seen him a few times, but we never alone. And he'd been carrying that for 30 years. Almost. See, every time I thought about you, I thought about what I said. Like, man, I forget you, but I don't remember, man. I've been living my life. I went to junior high school, see, tried a little bit in high school in North, and I ain't come on. But there's people thinking just like that, they done you wrong. Or somebody we done wrong, they still don't believe that we're really born again, but we've been transformed, we've been changed.
All right.
Like LaShawn DePay said, I know I've been changed.
Yes.
And we moved on. We're like Joseph. You meant it for evil, but God meant it for good.
Yes, Lord.
And listen, as I close this book, I'm going to tell you this. They don't know what you went through to get where you at.
That's
See,
true.
I got a chance to go to Taft, Oklahoma. I'd go the first thing leaving too. Hey man, I've been to the vehicle. All right, laugh if you want. See, I'm in. But man, we used to go down in that, see, you're a principal now, AP. But we would go down in that boiler room at Dunbar. And I use you as an example, and it's too late for you to mind if I do it now, because I do. Just let you know that. But I said the brother was once the janitor. And now he's an AP. It's about associations, because you were in the school and you said, I want more than what I got. And you knew how to go get the steps, was through education. You went and you did it. Because you're there now, you don't look down on nobody pushing a broom in the school.
Right. Amen. That's true.
Or if you're telling me somebody, you kind of got to go get a mop or a broom when it needs to be, because see, you've been there. It ain't beneath you. Some things make me so mad. I see somebody call somebody, well, can we find a job? Hey, can't we just get it up ourselves? The cars is right there. You got a master game. Let me in there then. We forget where we came from so fast.
We forget where we came from so fast, man. So fast. Doors of church are open, amen.
Amen.
Forget where we come from, and what God has done for us, man.
That's it.
Where He has brought us from.
That's true.
When he calls.